Does your incident investigation program need improvement? The answer should be yes, because we're always in the process of improving, and you should be too. And there's a lot of companies out there that think that their incidents that they're investigating they're just going just fine. You kind of wonder why they don't think they need improvement. So Ken Reed is here with us today, and we're going to talk a little. How are you?
Good.
We're going to talk a little bit about that and also give you 5 signs that you need to improve your incident investigations, and we hope this can give you a lot of help. Ken, first of all, let's just talk about why sometimes people don't think that their investigations need improving.
Yeah, actually, it's one of those things where if you don't know you have a problem, you don't know to look for the problem, and that's where a lot of companies are right now. Is they feel that their investigation programs are adequate. They feel like they're getting some kind of results, but they really don't understand what good results actually look like.
I like how you keep saying they feel like. Feelings are not necessarily actual indicators.
That's right. It's not data driven. It's just kind of a gut feel on it. So sometimes you have to go gather that data to figure it out. So you can do internal surveys. You can benchmark against other companies. There's a lot of ways that you can go and figure out, hey, are my investigations really doing what they need to be doing? You can grade your investigations. There's investigation grading systems, and in fact, built into Taproot, we have our investigation grading system. So
very
there's
popular
a lot of
new thing.
Yeah, that just came out a couple of releases ago, and it's really a nice feature of the software. So it's a great way for either a company to benchmark themselves or benchmark themselves against somebody else to really figure out, are we doing what we're supposed to be doing here, and are we getting the best results we can get?
Right. And sometimes management is fine with the results they're getting, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're getting the best results they can get.
That's right. That's exactly right. So we have a couple things that we can talk about to try to get you some ideas on how you might figure out whether you're getting good results or not.
Well, let's talk first about what are 5. We've got a blog article that we did on this about 5 signs that you need to improve your incident investigations. And we'll put a link to that blog article, but also in that it has embedded in that article a video that Mark Paradise and I did that is on your investigation fundamentals. So we'll put a link to that as well, because that's a really popular video. Getting back to the basics is always a good thing to do. Well, let's start first. Kim, one of the first 5 signs is you've had a major accident.
Yeah, that should be one of your prime indicators. If you're finding yourself having major incidents and major accidents on, I don't want to say regular basis, but hopefully you don't have any. But if you find yourself having to pull your Taproot system into gear because you're having major incidents, that should be a red flag to you that maybe your investigations in the past have not been effective, and you're still having the same showing up. So that's almost an easy one, right? If you're not having any incidents, then you're probably doing fine, but that's not where most companies.
But you have that major incident, and there's usually some things that have probably led up to that occurring that you could have caught. And so sometimes that happens. You find those if you've had some repeat incidents.
Right. That's kind of right. Yeah. If you have some the same incident happening over and over again, or even what we call precursor incidents, which are small incidents that lead up to major problems. And we find that almost all major incidents, if you look back at them and you do your investigation, you're going to say, yeah, we had this small problem before, we had this small problem before. And if only we had been able to finish and fix that small problem, it would have prevented that major incident. So, yeah, precursor incidents are a major indicator that your investigation system may need some upgrading.
Absolutely. Well, okay, so maybe the management does care. Dissatisfied management.
Yeah. So sometimes management isn't too happy with the way the investigations are going, and you got a couple different routes there. It could be because they have unrealistic expectations. They are just They want cheap, easy, and fast investigations, and it's really tough to get all three of those at the same time. So
Right.
um, there has to be some reasonable expectations there about how long it takes to do an investigation. I don't mean weeks, but
Mm-hmm.
if you're expecting a 5-minute investigation, that's not really very realistic. So there has to be some expectations there about the amount of resources it takes and how long and how hard it is to do an investigation. So that's all got to be built in.
So what if the management is being reasonable, but I know one part of the article, I'm just going to look at it here for a second. They're saying they're willing to provide you with the resources and for the investigation, follow up with the corrective actions, but they either don't like the answers your investigations are providing. They think your corrective actions will be effective. They understand how accidents happened and understand the presentations and reports that you produce, but they may not realize this is an incident you've seen before, and that the corrective action did not stop that repeat incident.
Yeah, so sometimes management they're willing to give you all the help that you need, but again, if they're not benchmarking and they don't really know what does that mean? What do I need to do to help my investigators out? What kinds of things do they need? They need a good investigation system in place. They need to have their people trained properly to use the system. And if they are happy to provide those resources, but they just don't know what those resources are,
right,
that can lead to dissatisfaction by the management team. So yeah, those are all things that you need.
And there's something missing there for sure if they don't even know that something's happened multiple times. So
yeah,
they need to be able to
be in place properly.
Yeah, exactly. Number 4 is dissatisfied regulators.
Ooh,
You want to make them happy.
Yeah, that's not fun at all when the regulators are coming down and saying, yeah, your investigations aren't very good. As a matter of fact, about half of the OSHA investigation, when they come down and they have to come into your site, about half of those investigations cite poor investigation systems in place at the company. So when your regulators coming down, the FDA is coming down or whoever it is, MSHA, and they are not happy with your investigations, that should be a prime indicator that you need to do something different and maybe look at a little bit more advanced root cause analysis systems. Yeah.
And I think this is definitely a good sign. If you have dissatisfied incident investigators, they're the ones, the boots on the ground, that need to be happy with the results they're getting, because, I mean, they're the ones in there that need a good system to be able to get their job done. And they don't want to do it over and over again.
Yeah, your investigators, they want to do a good job. I mean, they're not there to do a bad job of their investigation. So if the investigators aren't happy, that should let you know that something isn't right in either your policies or the amount of training that they've got. Sometimes they feel it's taking too long to do investigations, and it might be because they don't know how to use the system that they've got. So sometimes better training will help those guys feel more comfortable using their investigation systems and be more efficient in doing it. So, plus your investigators may be getting grief from management about the results of their investigations, or the people they're investigating. When they start interviewing people, they start getting feedback, negative feedback from those people because they feel they're getting blamed all the time for things. So all of these things can kind of feed together and make your investigators just not happy. And that's probably one of the biggest red flags that I see, is that your system probably needs improvement.
Right, and you know what? We've got a system that can help them with this. You want to use it correctly. You want to get trained correctly. You want to go through the process completely. No system used incorrectly or halfway is going to get you the results you want. But Taproot is something that can get you the results you want. It guides you through the system. You get the trending out of our software that's fantastic to help you know that you're meeting all your goals, or if you need to improve. And it's got the grading investigations.
all built into the system.
Yeah.
And it's pretty easy to use. It's designed to be very step by step. Your investigators aren't trying to figure out what questions to ask and finding they missed something, they got to go back and ask more questions. If you can use Taproot to help you guide yourself through and work your way just very quickly through these questions, your investigators are going to find it easier to use, and they're going to be happier using the system, and you're going to get great results.
Absolutely. If you're not Taproot trained, we can help you with that. That is what we do. We love to teach people how to do Taproot, and we've been doing some virtually lately.
Yep. Yeah, we just started doing the virtual training at the end of last year. Our virtual 2-day training is now our in-person 2-day training is now a virtual 3-day course. We've been getting really good reviews on this course, so
yes.
We're pretty happy about it. We've got several courses going on right now, as a matter of fact. So
yes, we do. We've got a number of them going on this week. It's a very busy week for those. But it's, even during this time when people can't get together to train, I mean, depending on your company rules, there's some companies that are allowing it. We are holding some public courses, but for those that virtual is what you need, that is what we can provide. And we are happy to do it. If you want to see, if you don't know what Taproot is, and you want to see what Taproot is all about, it costs you $0 to be able to find out what Taproot's all about, because we're happy to spend about an hour with you on a demonstration and on a webinar and show it to you. And you can kind of see, well, is this for me? And, it's great to be able to do that without spending any money up front. We love doing
It's a great idea to get your management team involved with that brief, so you can see it, but then you can also make sure your management team has a clear view of how the system works and how it's supposed to work, and how easy it is to use at the same time.
Exactly. We're improving Taproot all the time. So that helps you improve your investigations all the time. And, it's just a continual process. We're never at the finish line on these things. We've been putting new tools in place all the time to help these investigations even work easier for your team, like the causal factor worksheets.
That's right.
That's been a real game changer for a lot of clients. So it's so helpful. We also have a bunch of webinars going on right now. Some of them are free. Some of them do have a small fee to them. You can go to our website at taproot.com, go to the store, and you'll see where we have courses and webinars, and you can see everything that we have coming up. If you want more information, reach out to us. Contact us at info@taproot.com. Go to our website. You can sign up for our newsletter to find out everything that's going on with Taproot, and we have some generic root cause analysis and incident investigation information on there as well. So it serves everyone. We want everybody out there, whatever system you're using, to be successful, because that's, we want everybody going home safe, nobody getting hurt. So, Ken, thank you so much for joining us today. I know we're working on the upcoming summit. That's going to be in June. So stay tuned, everybody, for more information about that, because we're very excited about getting to put out more information than we ever get to put out in 1 week. It's amazing the amount of information that goes out.
It's really our favorite time of the year to get with our customers and our friends and put out all this great information and get feedback from them. It's a great learning opportunity for everybody.
Absolutely. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Ken. If you are not subscribed to our channel, please do so and click the notification bell so that you know when we're going to have new information coming out, which is regularly. We appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you back here next week.